it's good.
Probably the best thing you can do with that is learn from what you do and go on from there, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, but with us, we don't. You know, it's just like kids finger painting. You know, they don't know what they're doing at the time.
Yeah.
It's just what you end up with.
It's also like it's because we're all into the same sort of like we're into a lot of different things, but we all like the Velvet Underground. We all like the Doors.
Yeah.
We all like Bowie. You know, like we all like the Stones. You know.
So kind of into the same music.
Also,
So it's
punk.
yeah, we were all like punk rockers and stuff.
The morals of being a punk.
So it's kind of
good.
There is a sort of common thing there, you know.
That's good. And now, how long have you guys been actually together as the band again with Ian and everyone?
Yeah.
A year. Yeah. How long have you been touring? So then you said.
I think we started going away in May, wasn't it? That was to do like videos and stuff like that. It's not really stopped.
Yeah.
Although we've had about a month off at that time.
So it feels good to be back together, the whole band then, the way you were?
It is, it's great. Like some of the shows like
Last night was a great show.
Yeah.
Where were you at last night? Denver, okay, yeah. That's where
great.
most people come down that way.
Yeah. We did like this radio show in Florida. It's like horrible.
Really?
Well, it was like we were kind of like last on the bill, and like we were meant to go on in the middle of the afternoon. There was like 15,000 people there, and Green Day was playing.
Okay. It's kind of like a festival thing.
It's a radio festival. And radio people were saying, "Oh, we're so pleased to have you." And then when we went on, everybody's just going, "Oh, put us on last." It was like 10 at night, Sunday.
We got moved because we were late.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We blew it back because it was like everyone went home and it was just shit. There was a few there, but
it was
weird.
It was like, it's like catering to the masses. I mean, Green Day had their fans. Every song sounded the same. Apart from half a slow one in the middle of the set, something like that. It was like just everyone just going, "Oh yeah, it's great, so original,"
Stuff people are into now.
But it's weird. I mean, you can't really just like play our music to 15-year-olds. I think that's it. It's no weird. It's 15-year-olds who don't understand.
Get it.
No, not get it. They will get. See, that's the sad thing. They'll get what they're fed at the moment. It's easy to like Green Day.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. One thing I do remember once I saw you guys with I can't remember what the name of the video was. But you used like a London orchestra or something like that. I can't remember.
The Philharmonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was that song?
All You Need Is Love.
Yeah. That's what it is. I remember.
Life at Bryant.
That was actually really good. I remember.
Yeah. Well, we signed one of them records last night, didn't we?
Really?
It was just our favourite canteen, cafe that we used to go to in Liverpool. It was run by an ex-boxer, ex-champion, and it was just great. And it was so cheap, and everybody started going there. And we did a TV show from there, and we recorded all the songs, all acoustically,
Yeah.
with orchestras. Brilliant.
Well, that's great. Now, as you guys know, since you guys are back together, you guys are planning on staying together for a while then, or?
You never know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
I mean, hopefully. Yeah, I think there's,
Things change.
Well, I think, in England it's getting quite big now, as you know, like in the UK as a whole. But over here, it's nice to have like the justice, because like they do feel that the way the LP's being received, the CD's being received, it's not been great, And it was done for ourselves. It wasn't done thinking this is trying to sell loads because people are going to think it sounds like the old Bunneymen. It's like done just the way we know how to do it, and it was done for ourselves. Really.
So no one's really taking you down as an 80s icon type.
No, we ain't that.
Yeah.
It's the 90s now. We'd be the first ones to admit it.
Yeah. So you ever see a lot of people that go into the shows, kind of older people that used to remember you from back in the older days?
Yeah, we get loads of young in England. It's like loads of young people as well.
Good.
It's like that's the good thing about it. It's like music now in the UK. It's like it's really varied, and it's people are after new sounding music all the time.
Yeah.
They're tired of rap and everything. It's like just they want to have bits of things where people used to specialise. specialising in listening to different types of music now instead of just one, type of music. That's great.
Well, one other thing I do want to ask you, because I know you guys have things to do, basically, but if anybody, and this is the only reason I'm asking, because you guys have been in this business for a while, but if anybody, like, just people walked out here, even somebody came up to me, like, you guys have been in this business for a while, I'm thinking about getting into this business, what kind of advice would you give them, what would you tell them to stay away from? And it's kind of an interesting one.
Because
we didn't really care about it.
Really?
I mean, that
we
was
just fell into it really weirdly because we were just, as I say, we were all just like punk rockers.
Yeah.
Everybody seemed to be in a band, and like
Yeah.
you just had to know one chord and you could make a song, And when we started, we weren't thinking, oh, we're going to be a massive band or anything.
Of course.
We just thought this is something to do, and we quite like music, and we're into bands, and we want to look cool, and that was about the size of it. And then we did a single because some people in Liverpool saw us. Bill Drummond saw us.
Yeah.
Like went on to do that KLF thing.
Okay.
And he saw us and said, I want to put a single out by him. We said, yeah, all right, we can really think about it. We did this song. And at that stage, I wasn't thinking anything other than this is a bit of a laugh. We obviously had jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it became single of the week in every magazine that there is in England, every one. So all of a sudden, all the record companies wanted to know about it.
It was what it was like.
It was like
weird. It was like Boris Gump.
Yeah, it was
The
very
way he
Boris
got
Gump.
it was just like that. The way he got recognised.
Yeah.
It was happening, It just fell into things, and it was. We didn't care. Like people come up to us and go,
Boris Gump.
And I mean, we would basically we wouldn't trust anyone either.
Yeah.
And
that's
I went
not
as far
bad.
as their judgment was as well. And they come up to me and say, "Oh, yeah, great," you just be going, "Yeah, okay." I don't like.
We always had a very cynical
So-
approach to it, and stuff, which got us into trouble a bit.
Yeah, that's fun to be that way.
Oasis make a living.
Yeah, so I've noticed. They've been getting a lot of trouble, haven't they, recently, with the Beatles or whatever? I can't remember.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they do it well. Then they openly admit that they rip loads of people off, but they just.
yeah.
But I mean, at the end of it, like the core
Yeah.
of Oasis is like, it's great. Their attitude. It is that attitude that don't give a fuck attitude.
Yeah,
You're just gonna
yeah.
do it anyway. And I think that's it. I think if you look at bands that you have like people who are like dead smart and smarmy and like think they can analyse things and know exactly what's going on. They're horrible. They last about 5 minutes. Like, that's it.
There's no rhyme or reason why music becomes, it's just going off, isn't it? It's like some kid in some little room somewhere on his computer gets all these influences, and then he writes this new thing, and then everybody that might get picked up, and then everybody's like, wow, that's the new sound, like, look at Portishead, that was a totally new sound. That sort of like real slow kind of fucked up drum sound, a bit of sampling, and but now there's like other bands that are kind of taking their vibe and going off on a different way. It's the same. It's just weird. It's like once you start thinking that you can analyse music or know where it's going to go or know what's the best and all that.
And that's a good thing about it.
Wasting your time. But back to your question. The advice question. I don't know. Just do what you believe in and don't try and kind of. If you and your mates like what you're doing, it's got something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people love a star, but don't push it too far.
Oh yeah.
That's my motto.
It's kind of like don't put that extra beat in to make the $1 million album. Just kind of be yourself.
Yeah, don't waste money on like producers and shit like that.
Yeah.
If you've got a strong idea, you can get up, you can do whatever you like. An engineer, with a good engineer, if the engineer knows how to do things.
It's the ideas. It's not how good you can play. It's the ideas.
Doesn't matter if you play crap.
And it's the vibe, the whole thing behind it.
Oh yeah.
It's not those sorts of good to try and get like a movement together. Hip circle. People always want to be involved in a hip circle.
Germany, 1934.
True. One other one thing that, and I've just always kind of wondered, where does the name Echo and the Bunneymen come from? I just thought of it.
Is that my conspiracy theory?
Well, Mark used to have a flat with a lad called Paul Ellerbeck.
Okay.
He was a student, like an art student. And we were doing a gig, our very first gig, before we even knew what we were doing. You know, we had a drum machine, just a couple of guitars and that, bass, 3 strings on it. Yeah. We didn't have a name, did we? We just didn't have a name, and like this lad came up with this big list of names. And he just thought of all these names because he was like black meat at night.
And it was always something on there, something on there, something on there.
Okay.
Glycerol and well, there was one, the Dasmen.
Yeah, that's laughing, that's great.
Dasmen. Glycerol.
Okay.
Daz.
Dasman. Okay.
Glycerol and plant extractors. No releasing the grease stones. Echo and the Bunneymen. And we just sort of, the person whose sort of gig it was, who were like supporting, announced us. And he chose Julian Cope, he knew about this list.
Yeah.
And he just picked one that he liked. We didn't say pick as a name or anything, it was just like, this list was going round and he said, oh, is Echo and the Bunneymen? That was that, we were stuck with it. Everybody seemed to like it.
Yeah,
But
it's
the
a name
theory
that
is, no, there's a theory someone explained to me, in Scotland of all places, that during the Cuban crisis and all that, you had these like special, what's the name, guerrillas, the US guerrillas. Like,
yeah.
And they used to hide in this valley, and they used to like dig these tunnels so they wouldn't be located. You know, they used to like kill all these people at night up near this soldiers' base. It used to be like a haunted ground. So just to put the willies up the Cuban people or something like that. But it was in this valley called Echo Valley, and they got the name of the Bunneymen because they were burrowing. So now that's what someone told me. So
well,
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, you just
Paul Ellerbeck might have read that.
Yeah. Echo and the Bunneymen.
But we haven't seen him for about 20 years.
The Bunneymen of Echo Valley, maybe.
Well, you know what? I do want to thank you for letting me talk to you. It's been inspiring. It's been fun.
Thanks, Al.
It's actually to see you guys back together, to be honest with you. But I want to give you this. I need to find something for me because this is, you know, this actually album came from Germany. The last one, but. Still watch the Phoenix album here? Oh, yeah.
No smoking books in there. Bags out.
Sorry.
Just gets cooked. Everybody's got to gang around and just say. You what?
What? That was a good album.
Have you lost it? Have you lost?
You know what? I want to thank you for letting me talk.
I've got it there.
And, do you know what Benson and Whitehorse, or did they tell you?
What? It's something to do with the next one.
Yeah, it's a Rad Cyber Real Guard magazine that goes actually all the way in. And we've been around about 5 years.
Have you seen our webpage on that?
Yeah, it's Echo. What's up? I thought it was like one of the Bunneymen thought something.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's actually that one. Yeah.
In the Glide one?
No, that one I haven't seen.
You get into the Bunneymen page. It's called Worldwide Glide.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So is the Bunneymen one, is that your guys? Or, okay. But yeah, you're on the editor of www.radcyphers.com. But you get to use that now.
Well, I'm going to get onto our page and I'll link up to yours, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that would be right. That would actually be...
When you might, but...
Yeah,